Okay, so we moved around and moved over to the other side so I can cut and cook and do this apple delight to share how to use lime and cardamom in an apple pan fry type thing. So I don't know, it's not really an apple pie, it's not really apple turnover, it's not anything like that. It is what I call just an apple dump. It is a lazy way of doing an apple pie, all right? And that's where cast iron is super awesome. So I'm going to cut and cook and talk while we do that. So we're gonna cut up some apples, and part of the reason why I'm doing this is also I have some apples that are really super yummy, but they're starting to get past their desired, needs. Some of them were bruising, and so I wanted to make sure that they didn't go bad. So as I'm cutting them up, I'm gonna see which ones don't have bruises, and I'm gonna keep those aside because I know that my daughter will definitely like those. So that was a really good crisp one. But let's see, this one I can kind of feel some of the maybe bruising. And so we're going to cut it up. So it's gonna end up probably being about 4 apples here. And I'm not gonna do them real super fine. I'm just doing kind of chunks of apples. And therefore you can see how we could probably get all of this into the oven in less than 15 minutes. So I'm just throwing them in my pan while we're talking. The oil that I'm going to use, this is where cast iron is super handy. If you have a cast iron that's already really well seasoned, then the oil I'm going to use is going to be a liquid cooking coconut oil that's unflavored, just so it doesn't change the flavor at all. And I'm going to be pretty liberal with it. So I will give approximate, it probably is equivalent to about 3 tablespoons, but I'm an eyeballer about everything. So it's got about 3 tablespoons. We're gonna go ahead and put this on here so we can get it starting to cook, because we want things to get kind of, browning and crisping. And I have it probably on about high, medium, medium, high, not quite fully medium, so right there about the middle. All right. And I'm just gonna keep adding apples as we go. So now there's lots of different apple recipes out there, right? I love the idea of, especially apples. I mean, we're entering into fall, and apples are full of so many great pectins, and that whole saying of an apple a day keeps the doctor away is so true, so amazing, because of all the great digestive aids that are in apples. And green apples are super yummy. These happen to be pink ladies. Pink ladies are one of our favorites in the house. I know a lot of people, there's certain certain apples that are traditional for baking, but really and truly, you can have so much fun with all of these different apples. So like this one was definitely softer. So it was perfect for exactly what we're doing here. So almost done. So I've got them pretty good little chunks. Again, like I said, it's going to end up being kind of like a, I'm drawing a blank of the type of, not apple pie, but it'll come to me. That's an apple that my wonderful puppy dog can get that dropped. Okay, so I've got a good layer all in the bottom of this pan. You can see that was 4 apples, so that ended up being perfect. So now, while that is doing its little sauteing that I wanted to do, I am going to mix together kind of our crust that's going to go on top. So with this, we're going to take I'm going to take out this regular scoop. So probably about 4 of the scoops that are in here would be equivalent to a cup full. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my cup though. I want to use my cup measuring cup. So I've got a cup of the V shape. So this is going to be my flour. And then we're going to check on this here. Super yummy. All right. Oh, that's my oven. So I have my oven going. It's at 350. All right, so here I have this. Now I'm going to use eggs to help with thickening and it all sticking together. If you are egg free, then you can use things like chia seeds, flax seeds, things that are binders. So I've got 2 eggs. I'm going to use. Okay, I'm going to turn this down to low now. I'm done with my eggs. And from here, I'm going to just grab my fork. I didn't grab my whisk out, but the fork does just fine. So I'm mixing it together. All right. And then now I want to add a little bit more liquid, so I'm going to add some of my coconut milk right from the can. So I can add, and this is going to end up being approximately probably 1/2 cup. All right, it'll allow me to see how liquidy it gets. Then here's the trick with why I listed maple syrup and stevia. All right, is I want a maple syrup kind of flavor, but I don't want all of the sugar from the maple, right? Maple syrup. So I'm gonna start with stevia because stevia actually attaches itself to the sweeteners that you use with it. And I'm going to use probably about 10 drops worth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 drops of stevia, and this is the vanilla cream. And then probably about a tablespoon of maple syrup. And in a minute I'll taste it to see if I like the taste of it with that alone. Now here I'm going to add a little bit more of the coconut cooking oil, probably about a tablespoon worth. And pull out my 1 spoon. Now this is not getting fully as liquidy as I would like it to. It's kind of thick so far, so you can see. So this would be really good, you know, drop kind of biscuit type of, you know, batter so far. Which it may be exactly what I want to use. We will see. Alright, so now let's start adding actually let me first add a little bit of baking soda. So we're going to add about a teaspoon's worth of baking soda, and then a little bit of apple cider vinegar because that helps create that little foaminess, the chemical reaction, to help add a little bit of fluff in our batter. Okay, so now, again, I'm going to stir that a little bit more. And what's super cool, since our base is our V shape, right? We can actually taste our batter. See what it's tasting like. Pretty yummy. All right, so now I want to definitely use my lime because think about it, again, with apple pies, apple dumplings, apple, all these different apple, why can I not think of the type of apple dish that a lot of people have? It's a lazy way of doing apple pie. It will come to me. But anyways, they do lemon in it, right? Lemon in the recipe a lot of times. And ginger, or lemon and all the other different spices, right? So again, going with the fact that cardamom is from the ginger family and lime is a citrus, I'm gonna put a drop of lime. I'm gonna actually put 2. I'm gonna put 2 of each. Since I've got so many apples and I don't want the apples to overpower. Remember, when we're cooking with our oils, we still get the therapeutic properties also. So this is super great in the fact that the cardamom is going to continue to help with the digestive process of your system. So there's that. Now I want to bring in some of this fall flavors. So I can either add On Guard along with it or cinnamon and clove. And I am going to smell On Guard with lime and cardamom together. I'm going to go ahead and touch each one of them with 3 different fingers and then rub together. I definitely like the smell of all that together. So I'm going to add 1 drop of On Guard with it. All right, and here's a super fun thing too, is our Kiddos Omega. All right, you can add it to your cooking and to salads and all that stuff. Super fun. I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla extract, about a teaspoon worth. Let's see if there's anything else I want to add. All right. Ooh. All right, we're going to once again taste. All right, perfect, absolutely perfect. So here you can add some nuts to it if you want to. You can add all sorts of other little things. Oh, I'm gonna add a little pinch of salt because when you add salt to batters, especially sweet stuff, it helps bring out the sweet flavor. And since we didn't add a whole lot of sweetener, we want to make sure, I'm gonna add a little bit more maple syrup just because I know my daughter will want it to have quite a maple syrup taste. I like it the way it is, but since I'm making this for her, I want to make sure she likes it too. All right, so here now, what's super handy, is I'm going to grab my rubber spatula. Yummy. All right, and I'm going to add it all to the top. Spread it all on top. Turn that off. And then we're going to throw this in the oven, again at 350, okay, for probably about 30 minutes. I want the top to get kind of crusty, you know, just like a bread, just like a biscuit or a muffin. So let's see, kitchen timer, 000, start. All right, so it's gonna go in there for 30 minutes. And here in about 30 minutes, I will check on it. I'll probably check on it in between too, just to see how it's doing, how it's going, all that stuff. And then it'll be easy to just scoop it out. No, it's not gonna hold together like an apple pie, but it's gonna have all the same yummy delights. And then what's super cool is if you have really cold coconut milk or coconut cream in your refrigerator already, you can drizzle it on top as if it's, you know, whipped cream, or you can even whip up some of this with a drop of lime and a drop of cardamom to be able to bring out the flavors even more. So lots of cool, fun stuff to do with these 2 oils. All right. I will definitely share pictures here in a little while of all the yumminess. All right, guys, take care and God bless.